Remember, please hit like and subscribe for me. Thank you so much. Okay, let's go. Hi, everyone. Today is Monday, February the 9th, and this is the Moneyball Morning Report. My name is Anne-Marie Band, charts by TrendSpider and Gamma Flows by MentorQ. Starting with a daily look, right? We are beginning the week, so why don't we start at a weekly look? And we can see we're very range-bound. Last week, we had a little bit of a doji event. We did not close at the high of the week before that. So have a look at these closes. For the last 3 weeks, we have literally been caught in this pocket between 68.80 and 69.70. That's going to give us that breakout zone, these two levels. Now, notice it's been breaking out, but collapses back to the center. It does break down and collapses back to the center. So what we are looking for is a resolution outside that will give us a couple of weeks to the downside. Remember, the break, that's the look below, and fails to give us a new high, then we take the short. Okay? Same bounce, same methodology, inventory accumulation and distribution, right? Okay, let's go to the daily. We can see that also very sideways. Notice what happened in the overnight. We came into the 69.70. My thought, if you listen to Market Kickoff on Top Step TV, which I run on Sunday night, I said, hey, as long as we don't get up above this 69.73-ish area and stay there, sellers are going to force us down into the pocket. That's exactly what we're seeing. Point of control is this line at 6,927. And then we've got the top here at, what is this, 77? No, 79. So let's move that edge up to 79. Actually, let's move it up to 80. We're going to put an alert there because that's very likely to engage in some sort of fight. Remember, the alert tells us where a battle is going to begin, not where the battle is going to be resolved immediately. We don't know that. Call wall still at 7,000. Put wall still at 6,600. They're holding pat. Broad, wide setups. So, where's the breakdown space? Well, my suspicion is that it is right around the low, which is the point of control, and that is 69.7325. If we lose 6,923, we need to, it'll come down, it'll search. Traders will search for demand. Put wall on the day is all the way down here at 68.75. If we look below this area and then bounce and then fall below the area again, that's the look below and go. Same mechanical flow, whether you're looking at it on a 1 minute, 30 minute, 4 hour daily. The mechanical framework is the same. Why? Because it's buyers and sellers distributing product. We learn this from JJ every morning. All about the distribution of product. The max zone for the gamma line up here, right around that 68.90. So these are the two zones we want to watch for. Let's go to the 30-minute chart and see what the 30-minute opening range looked like. Wow, this is a great setup. Now notice, width of the range, peaks over the top, comes back. My thought is always, if you are staring down a chart, first 30 minutes of the day, and you peak above and pull back, and peak above and pull back, this failure to reach higher highs tells a lesson. It sends us a message. Supply is up here, they're not moving forward. If the VWAP remains flat, it says we're going to the bottom. And so you can trade from the top of the box to the bottom of the box, waiting on that confirmation. Now, notice what happens here. We're trying to hold this ledge, dancing around it. This ledge is value area high on the 30-minute chart. Today, that's 69.70-ish, round and about. Maybe 69.60. 69.60. Notice what starts happening to the VWAP. If you have TrendSpider, which I highly recommend, it gives us supply zones here, building. It breaks down. Guess what it's going to do? It's going to fill the gap. Look what it does. It fills the gap. Now we have a brand new line where we say, all right, here's heavy congestion. 69.50, 69.43. This is a do or die event for the buyers. They fill the gap. They've gone into the demand zone, which is sitting right here. Also the VWAP, also the point of control sitting right here, and this 6923 is our support floor. That's what we're looking for. Will the chart break out here? It could be, but this move tells me that bounces are sell zones this morning. When will this shift? To me, this will shift when it gets back up into the range above 69.60. Could you take this long here at 69.44 and shove it into 69.54? You could. Test to the VWAP. Very possible. But that is a counter trend trade, so if it doesn't immediately give you what you need, you got to get out of Dodge. All right. Now you know what's going on here. This is the longest conversation about this. Let's go quickly through the others. Here's the NQ. Same supply. The demand zone is not until we hit 24,850 or so. That's where the 0 DTE put wall is. Look at the bounce. They're trying to do the same thing. Gap fill. Recovery of the gap. Are they going to do it? Takes us into 25,165. Easily, that could be the target. Is it a counter trend move? You betcha. What's the 30-minute opening candlestick formation do? Same sort of thing. It holds the level, peaks out, comes back in, tries to break, gives us a lower high. Inside the box, we're going to the bottom of the range. Statistically, this is the formation. Do you think some people are going to short right here? 25,110. Yeah, for sure. This is an inventory box here, and it goes all the way up to 25,150, all the way down to 25,052. Are they trying to build a line in the sand here at 25,040? Absolutely. You want to take a trade short? You better watch that edge. This, to me, is a little bit of a no-fly zone. I want to go to where everybody was selling, which is up here near supply, or way down here at the bottom, the anchored VWAP, 24,887 or so. And that's where I'm going to consider the long. Right now, not so much. Not so much. Very noisy. Could you scalp it? Absolutely. Is it a good trade? I'd give it a B-. Where are the call walls? Whoa. Call wall back at 26,000. Put wall, 24,500. Traders keeping this area very wide in the hedge. Very, very wide in the hedge. Let's take a look at micro Bitcoin. Have a gander at this. So here we go. I had a long fire off in Bitcoin at the base here. Came into the call wall. I had the long down here at the 70,000 zone. Came in to this 70,200 area. Started to bounce. I was looking for the top of this range when 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock rolled around, and I had not gotten it. I just got out of the trade. I don't know, $50 to the upside or whatever. But that's a very wide range. Notice what the wick tells us. Sellers. All kinds of supply up here. Line in the sand for the traders. Now up here. 72,700. Where's support? Supply zone. Right down here. 68,000. That's a gamma line. We'll see how it holds today. What's the trend? It's down to flat, but lifting off of the floor. You want to buy it? I'd wait for a bottoming formation. If you're taking a counter trend short, you could get up here to 70,000. As I have mentioned many times, the reason that I closed my short is because of this motion that suggests, hey, we're going to chop around here. So my premise is going to be built largely on that. We see something here at 67,000. That's a supply zone. It's bouncing off a supply zone right here. There's another supply zone below at 64,600. We should chop around here for, I don't know, a couple weeks. Let's go to oil. All right, what do we have? Price action holding the break to the north, but now building a new area of inventory accumulation or consolidation. Remember, all those words mean the same thing. My thought is you use the term inventory accumulation so it reminds you that all people are doing is getting product that they can collect, put on their books, and distribute and make money. That's really all they're looking for. So we have an alert below. This gives us the buy zone at around $62.75. And 64.60 looks like the sell zone. Call wall at $65. Put wall, 0DT put wall at 61. Whoa. The big put wall is at 58. So, there's still a lot of people that have not seen the writing on the wall about energy. They refuse to believe that energy can be a long. They are just absolutely bearish energy, and literally the last 10 years have told them that that's right. But times they are changing, my friends. Okay, so what are we looking for here? Notice our 30-minute accumulation event. The first 30 minutes of the day, we hold the floor. We stay inside of that event all day. Now, notice, it breaks to the top, can't hold, comes back here. My suspicion is that it should go to the bottom of the box. Well, guess what? There's supply down there, so it misses the bottom of the box by about 15 cents. Sometimes that's going to happen to us, and we're not going to be able to get the long right there, but on the retest where the mechanical flow says that we're holding. All right? There's inventory accumulation. Within inventory accumulation, the breakout here gives us that great big long. Could you chase it and do a buy stop? You could, if momentum holds that way. But remember, if you chase it out of the top, your stop is the bottom of the box or the higher low from a long. We are failing at this edge. What's going on? Another pocket of inventory. What's trend? It's up. You could do a buy stop up here at 63.95. Do you want to try and sell it? You could, but that's counter trend. You'd want to wait for, I don't know, maybe you could do the old resistance, new support ledge. If you take the short here at 68, your stop has got to be 93. Is that kind of tight? Yes, but it's a sideways zone. Let's go to gold. We'll leave silver alone today. Here's gold. Here's our first 30-minute formation. Gold's still holding its own. And the metals will move sideways and then resume upward trend. That's just the regime we're sitting in. So we've got sideways pressure. We're not making new highs. And there is a ton of supply here. Sideways action, top of the box, should take us to the bottom. It does once, but now there's a higher low here. So what do you want to do? You could wait. You could jump in and take the trade. My thought would be try it short at $5,050. Excuse me, $5,050. And that should give you that pressure vent short. Could it run stops all the way to 5,100? Absolutely. Absolutely. Supply, very far above us and strong. This is heavy supply. Demand, sitting below us. What's my suspicion? That we slip into demand and then give ourselves another rise to the top. The point of control and the VWAP are very close to each other. And price action gives us $4,960, old resistance, new support. That's a relative area. Somebody tried to tell me that there's no such thing as support and resistance. All right, why don't you just run right into this wall right here? See if there's resistance at the wall. Just saying. So that's what we've got. Upside pressure. I doubt it gets above 5,070. But we'll put an alert there because, you know, the market can do anything. Very wide range we're in. Bottom of the box, the opening formation is 4,988. And that is sort of old resistance, new support. We break that down. Watch for the failed bounce that gives us continuation to the south. All right, finally, let's take a look at SPY. That looks a little bit toppy, huh? A little bit sideways. You can build a 30-minute candlestick off of the trading event, off of the trading open. That works for SPY. Let's see. We have inventory accumulated back here. Looks like potential new support. So what's the storyboard? We have to look at this wick and then say, what might we do? Well, the wick says 688 is our support floor. If we lose that support floor, we'll head to the bottom of this heavy congestion over here. It's pretty wide, but that's my supposition. VWAP is sitting right there at 688, point of control at 686 and some change. That's what we're staring through. This alert down here at 684 needs to be re-triggered so that we know that that's a point of contention. Notice the real line in the sand sits right around here at the congestion pocket. See how it savage breakdown into supply, a lot of buying. This whole area is a supply zone. Excuse me, a demand zone. The whole area is a demand zone. And so price action moves and then it rockets out. On Friday, my thought was these were people caught way too short, and they turn around and they're just moving it in the opposite direction. Now, here's the thing. That's Thursday's move and Wednesday's move. They still have Tuesday's move to break out and through. If they can't do it, we're going to see more downside action. Call wall, still up at 700. Put wall, still down at 675. So 25 points of motion right there. Okay, everybody. That's it. I'll see you on the streams. Yes, Midday Money Ball, post-earnings edition, and Top Step TV. I'll see you all soon. Take care.